welcome to Ben Television News. I am Kiru Obuli. First, the highlights. Nigerian children join their counterparts world over to mark their day. Gunmen attacked communities in Borno State, killed 9 villagers. Nigeria and Japan signs MOU to eradicate polio as Nigeria finalizes plans for super grid power transmission system. Now, the news in full. Children across Nigeria join their counterparts over the world to celebrate Children's Day. Abuja, the seat of government, experienced a low turnout of children due to the security challenges in the country. Some children who spoke to Ben Television said the celebration is not complete without the release of their adopted Chibok schoolgirls.
It's a special day, but it looks sad to me.
Why?
Because we have kidnapped our girls and we are asking them to bring our girls back.
Okay.
Because some students have been kidnapped and some are afraid to come to school. Because most people they are afraid of going out because of this state of Boko Haram in our country. So that our children have been adopted. We just need the government to apply more effort on it so that they can be released.
The children used the occasion to call on the federal government to double its efforts at rescuing the abducted girls by Boko Haram. Gunmen suspected to be members of Boko Haram terror group have attacked various villages around the Rocky Mountains of Goza, town of Borno State, killing 9 villagers and setting houses and churches ablaze. The insurgents also hoisted their flags in Ashigia ward of Goza local government area, which they have declared their headquarters in celebration. Sources of Goza Hills have said that apart from the 9 people killed, several others were left with serious bullet injuries as fleeing residents now take refuge on tall rocky hills. Hopes of rescuing over 200 schoolgirls were given a fresh impetus when the Nigerian military revealed it knew the location of the abducted girls but would not resort to force in order to free them. Speaking to a coalition of civil society organizations, Nigeria United Against Terrorism in Abuja, Chief of Defense Staff Air Marshal Alex Bade said using force to rescue the girls was out of the question due to the risk of the militants killing their hostages in the course of the operation.
The military is not happy when we are fighting and killing the youths with the conscript in northeastern Nigeria. They conscript them against their wishes and desires. Maybe some of those boys that were taken from Buniyadi, they are in that bush. Each time our pilots go, when they are dropping bombs, they fear. Sometimes they feel like crying because they are dropping bombs on your own fellow citizens. Patriotic Nigerians that have gathered here this afternoon, I stand here to speak on behalf of over 70 million Nigerian youths. Today we are all aware that it is no longer news that Nigeria, our country, is going through very unfortunate circumstances. Nigeria, our country, is a country that is in a state of perpetual crisis.
Some of the women at the rally who spoke with Ben Television crew said it is time for Nigerians to unite against terror as well as exert pressure on the insurgents for the immediate release of the girls held captive and stop further violence against the people.
We are here today to express our sadness, our grief and our bitterness at what is happening in our nation. A few group of lawless, criminally minded Nigerians and foreigners want to destroy the territorial integrity and sovereignty of this nation. But will they succeed?
No! Let them release people's children. You have no right, you have no moral right to carry away somebody's child. For what? Not 1, not 2, not 3. Even marriage now by force. We are in place. We need our girls. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. We need our girls back.
With a view to forging a common ground in fighting against Boko Haram and other forms of insecurity in the country, the presidency said it is planning a summit of the nation's politicians from the various political parties. The special advisor to the president on inter-party matters, Senator Ben Obi, disclosed this in Abuja. Senator Obi said the summit will be attended by diplomats and civil society organizations, especially those dealing with democracy and good governance, adding that President Goodluck Jonathan will declare the summit open. Nigerian government has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Japanese government for $85 million to facilitate polio eradication in the country. Minister of Health Professor Onyebuchi Chukwu at the signing ceremony explained that the loan will be used to purchase vaccines. Japan's ambassador to Nigeria, Ruichi Choji, earlier said the financial contribution will build a robust bridge for Nigeria to achieve the goal of polio eradication. We'll take a short break now. Ben Television News will return shortly.
I am on the streets of Abuja, the Nigerian Federal Capital Territory, just like any other nation. Nigeria is coping with various challenges, which include socio-economic issues, unemployment, and insecurity.
As we are alive to review the first 100 years of our nation, so by the grace of God, with others, we are alive to review what we have done during the time that we have the opportunity to be in the leadership of this country.
We cannot continue like this as a nation. A time will come when the poor in this country will have nothing to eat but the rich. A time will come, those of us who drive on jeeps, it will become dangerous to even drive those jeeps outside. What happened in Libya is smelling in Nigeria.
In a quest to provide solution to some of these challenges, here comes Project Nigeria.
Welcome back. The National Conference has adopted most of the recommendations contained in the report of a Standing Committee on Environment with some minor amendments. The conference adopted about 50 recommendations of the committee, which included noise control and regulation of emissions of fumes from vehicles. The recommendations, which include the implementation of the United Nations Environmental Program report on Ogoni Special Fund to clean up Niger Delta. Other recommendations approved include the removal of Ecological Fund office from the presidency to be domiciled in the Federal Ministry of Environment. The conference, however, rejected the recommendation to prohibit indiscriminate drilling of boreholes and for the state governments to resuscitate their water board agencies. The Director General of the Bureau of Public Enterprise, Mr. Benjamin Dickey, has revealed that Nigeria is finalizing plans for a super grid power transmission system to cope with the anticipated increase in power generation in the country. Mr. Dickey stated this when he received a team from China Electric Power Equipment and Technology Company Limited, a subsidiary of the State Grid Corporation of China. He said the transmission company of Nigeria is willing to consider all options to strengthen its wheeling capacity. He urged SGCC to liaise with TCN to key into the planned massive improvement in the national grid system, adding that the sector requires massive investments for the rehabilitation and new construction. The leader of the delegation and vice president of SGCC, Mr. Cheng Wei, intimated the DG that the visit was a follow-up to the visit of the Chinese Prime Minister to Nigeria. The National Bureau of Statistics has said that 732,745 jobs were created for Nigerians in the formal and informal sectors of the economy in the last 3 quarters of 2013. The Statistician General of the Federation, Dr. Yemi Kale, gave this figure at a news conference in Abuja. Kale said the results of the job creation survey showed that the economy generated 221,000 54 jobs in the second quarter and 245,989 jobs in the third quarter and 265,702 jobs in the fourth quarter of 2013. He said a breakdown of the jobs created in the second quarter indicated that 80,412 jobs were created in the formal sector, while 112,567 jobs were created in the informal sector and 28,075 in the public sector. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has announced an increase in electricity tariff by between 1 and 5 naira. The chairman of NERC, Dr. Sam Amadi, told a news conference in Abuja that the new tariff will take effect from June 1st as provided for in the multi-year tariff order. Amadi said with the review, most electricity distribution companies will retain the 750 naira fixed charges. He said that the tariff plan provided for a biannual review that takes effect on June and December 1st, respectively, to ensure that some critical financial variables underlying electricity tariff in the country were realistic, fair, and current. And that's the much we can take on Ben Television News. I am Nkiru Obuli. Thanks for watching.